I'll just say them. Take your time, you'll get both either way. I just gotta focus on you, babe. I just gotta focus on you, babe. If I could read minds, would you let me read yours? If all it took was time, would you let me waste yours? 2019's like fine art history now. Bleed myself dry just to find out who you are after the three apart. You're quite skilled at disappearing, keeping distance, fighting feelings. I get one that tells me that you've changed. I just gotta focus on you, babe. I just gotta focus on you, babe. If I could read minds, would you let me read yours? If all it took was time, would you let me wait?
Hi, welcome in. Tish, if you want to say hi, you're verbal now.
Oh, hello.
Oh wait, I made you really loud. Hold on. Okay, speak again.
Hello.
One more time.
Hello.
Scuff streams. Let's go. I think that's good. Okay. Let me
If I could read minds,
minimize that. Yay, okay.
would you let me read yours? If all
Hi, Pavetta. I have decided to draw NOVAFROST today. I have Tish here with me, and they're gonna be here to judge me.
Yep.
Oh, good.
I'm a good friend.
You're a good friend. I appreciate you so much. Okay, I'm just gonna go right to it then.
would you let me waste yours?
I kind of started drawing his head, but I don't have an idea. I don't know how I feel about the designs, at least for the reps I'm looking at. My stream is like extremely laggy. Hello? Okay. Tish, I don't even know if you're like stream sniping at all just to see what I'm doing because it's like extremely laggy.
I have it open.
Yeah, I can't do anything about the lag, sadly. Okay, wait. You've seen the designs for NOVAFROST, right?
Mm-hmm. You've shown me.
As somebody who's passionate about character design, how do you feel about them?
Hey, which one's which?
Do you want me to send them again? I can.
No, I can see them on stream.
Oh,
I just don't remember which one's which.
The moon one is Frost, and then the sun one is Nova.
The sun one doesn't bother me as much. The moon one feels a bit much, though. Like, it feels excessive, I guess. I don't really know how to word it.
You've seen the models too, though.
I have seen the models, too.
Do you want me to send them?
No, I can get it because I know you're already like lagging. I can get it.
Oh no, I'm sending it from my phone.
Oh.
There you go. I don't have the models, obviously, but yeah. Hello, welcome in. Please someone let me know if the music is too loud, because it feels loud on my end.
I think the music might be, I think the music might be a little too loud.
Let me see.
It's not crazy loud, but it's like maybe a little bit.
Turn it down by a couple decibels. I'll do that. Their chest balls kind of bother me because they're different colors. Oh yeah, I didn't even notice that. I think it's fine on Frost, honestly, since Frost is very... There's a lot of red on Frost. There's a lot of more prominent red with them. I'm not a character designer, so I can't say too much on that, but like, it's something about like the fact that there's so much red bothers me. Like, at least in the references. Their models, I don't really see it as much. It's not really as big of a problem.
I mean, the one thing that I would say is that at least in 3D, I think they look better because I know that these ones were designed with the idea of being like, they were designed with the idea of being more like the older style of animatronic body. So I think in 3D it works better because you can kind of get a feel of how they would be like 3D space. I don't know if I'm really wording that correctly.
No, I agree. I get what you're throwing.
But the overabundance of red is pretty prominent on Frost, which again, that's how it is on like the actual, you know, Sun and Moon. They both do have red, but it's more of a small accent color rather than something that takes up like the bottom part of like their body.
Oh yeah. Hi, welcome in. But no, both Nova and I believe both Nova and Frost have shark teeth in the actual model. I know in the ref, like, Nova clearly doesn't, but I see it on the model. Like, I'm actually looking at the model right now. And the red on Nova, the sun counterpart, is very much like not even noticeable because he's all, what is it, analogous? And then you look at,
Analogous, yes.
Analogous, thank you. I never know how to pronounce that. But then you look at Frost when they transform, and it still feels like the red is super prominent. Again, not to say these designs are bad or anything. We're just looking at them from our own taste.
I've been crying in these YSL boots, got me up now. Spotify checks, got me up in a truck now.
Reference versus YouTube appearance, curious look.
Well, yeah, I mean, because it goes from a, you know, a flat 2D image to like a full-blown 3D model, so they end up having more depth and shape.
Which they're very round. Hello, welcome in. Thank you, this is a lovely way to enjoy my morning. Good morning to you then. Oh yeah, I guess it's morning in other places, yeah. I forget that.
It's definitely morning here. But I am not tired, so.
In the land of the free. I say as if I'm not American as well. Somebody pointed out in the server, and I think I mentioned this
Gross.
to you. Someone pointed out in the server
Sorry.
that these
Yeah.
that these designs take like an inspiration from the Mimic, which does make sense. Like Jackie specifically, like the clown appearance.
Yeah.
Especially with the lore for Sun and Moon, so I think that does make sense. Their arms are weird though. I almost feel like I need to look at a reference of Jackie. Michigan. Don't reveal where you're at, please.
Yeah, don't do that.
Don't reveal your ages, don't reveal where you live, just don't reveal that. We're here to have fun.
Yeah, here, actually, I will. I'll do that. Yeah, don't reveal like where you're from.
Okay, looking at Jackie, like the animatronic and the 3D artwork, Jackie has ruffles on the end of their sleeve. Process spirally eyes, and both of them, and both have the accordion legs and arms. Yeah, but well, that's why I'm looking at Jackie to kind of get a feel for it. Also, the accordion arms almost seem optional because on the actual models themselves, and I don't know if this comes down to like making the models easier and like to make, but they're just stripes. They're just stripes on the physical model. I think really it comes down to how the modeler is handling the vision, but yeah.
You know, I was gonna say, are they actually intended to be accordion? And then I look at the 2D art, and I can see that they're all ridges. Or actually, I don't know if they're supposed to be accordion. I think that's just supposed to, because the actual, I was looking at it on stream, I shouldn't have been doing that. The actual art, they are just flat, they are just like straight lines, so I don't think they're supposed to be accordion. Unless that was like mentioned in the show.
Not as far as I remember, no.
Yeah, I don't know if they're supposed to be. If they are, then they are, but the reference doesn't seem to indicate that. Because they aren't, it's not jagged like how an accordion would be. Because accordions are not, even if you fully pull out an accordion, it still has peaks in it.
Oh, no NOVAFROST animation. I ain't never said animation. We're not animating here. We did enough. We're good.
Everybody expects that from you now.
Unexpected, please. I'm sorry to disappoint you, but there's no animation. Put your clothes back on. We're here to talk about NOVAFROST. How's everybody doing today? Yeah, that's a good question. How do I go about the sleeve? Oh, you know what I really like is being able to... I'm so glad that person like reposted the... Well, art. Yes, art. I'm so glad that person reposted like Earth's like original episode, because I was really curious about like what exactly happened. And it really is it really is just lost media, missing piece.
I don't know why, but for some reason it's not even correct. You said missing piece, and my brain was like Exodia, which is not even close. I think I was thinking of the Millennium Puzzle.
I love when lost media decides to show up again. Hello, welcome in. Wait, they reposted it? Where? It's somewhere on Tumblr. It's floating around. Somebody did repost it on TikTok, but I don't know who the account is or where to find it. I saw the Tumblr repost that somebody screen recorded. I'd give you the link, but I don't want to look at it right now. I think I'm trying to draw their normal designs before I go stylizing too much. I saw that Fox thing do their interpretation of the designs, and they very much leaned more into the mimic aspect for these two. I didn't like it. But that's just because Jackie's design was always like kind of iffy with me.
Do you like fuck with the mimic's design at all?
I like the robot. No. The original video, yes, they took it down. Somebody reposted a screen recording that they found of the episode. So the official channel does not have the video. You will not see that episode ever again on the Sun and Moon show. It's gone. I think any remnants you would find of it would probably be from fans. Also, hello, welcome in. Yeah, somebody in the fandom reposted it, not Davis or Reed or Kat, nobody. I love being new to the fandom and then hearing about old fandom tea that I was never there for. Earth's first model, I think the owner of the... TISH, can you read that? I can't read right now.
Earth's first model, I think the owner of the first model that ever showed up before her white cloud hair with the blue hat was uncomfortable somehow, how it was being simped over something.
Yeah. I mean, that's the gist of it, yeah.
Yes. That's the basic gist of it. It's not really hard to find that information.
We love Google searching.
I think it took me like 2 minutes tops.
Yeah, I was gonna say it only took you a couple minutes to find it. I was happy with the model we ended up with. Rethink that. Rethink that. Earth's models now are good. The one she had before the current one was good. Her first model that we had for the longest time, it was fine. The drawing looks very good. Thank you. I'm trying. Actually, since I have the references on the canvas, I guess I can just do this. Oh wait, no, just do that. Stupid. I don't even think you could see it on the stream, but that's I can move things. Hold on. A little preview. I would like to see you for like a moment. That's fine. Hello, did my music stop? It did. Why does it do that? It hates me. Okay, jeez. Oh, okay, but wait a minute. If the Mimic is an old Sun and Moon universe and Jack is the femme one, does that also mean there's another Jackie in the universe to torture set? No. Because if it's going backwards, then no, Jackie isn't made yet, because in Sam's lore, Jackie was made before Sun and Moon. And if the creation of the animatronics is going backwards, then Jackie's not made yet. The puppet is, and I think that's weird, but whatever, overlooking that. The eyes were super detailed and beautiful, proportions were something, but I was satisfied she got her new bodies eventually. Yeah. Yeah, for Earth's model, yeah, for what it was, that was fine. I personally am starting to like Nova and Frost, yet I want to see how they would develop further. I just want to know if they're dating. Someone mentioned something about like Mazam being the reason that everybody wants them to be together, and you know what? I'm part of the problem for that.
Oh my god.
I am. I never got my conclusion with them. I'm so sad. I miss my boys. I miss them idiots. I love them. Eclipse was trying to take over the banks, Tish. You don't understand. He was gonna drop the mortgage.
God, I wish the mortgage could be dropped.
For real. You'd be doing the world a great thing. Wait, y'all talking about the new model? I don't see anything wrong with just a bit. No. I'm talking about the first model that Earth ever had. Like, not the Inky Pop one. I'm referring to the first like Earth designed custom model. So that's the one that's not the current one right now that we have, that's Barbie doll. Not the one that was drawn in Meg style. I'm referring to the one before that. I hate that I have to specify that. I also miss Mazum too. Oh, Minecraft Eclipse, yeah. I love Moonus in Minecraft. And I'm glad they reposted the episodes, or they unprivated the episodes, because we know that they only did it for money. Because why would you delete everything and try to make it seem like the channel didn't exist if you didn't want the money? I'm not sure it up long enough that everyone remembers her first. But if it's going backwards in the Sam's Jackie model was stolen by the creator, does that also mean they go in to steal Nova and Frost model? I don't know. Don't think too much about the logistics of it. That's a Davis and Reed question. I'm not somebody who works on the show, so I can't even answer that. Best I could do is theorize and say that, like, I'm pretty sure if it's going backwards, Jackie being a newer model would take inspiration and look similar to what what modern Sun and Moon look like. That's my guess, at least. I was about to grab the references and change the size of that. Let's not do that. Wait, why do they have eyebrows? I mean, I draw them with eyebrows for stylized. What do they have? Do they have eyebrows in the models? Oh, this is gonna bother me now.
Good question. I was just looking at them and I don't remember.
I know, I was just looking. They do. They have eyebrows on the models. At least Mazum's still alive and well in my heart. Oh, for real? Yeah, no. We're the last.
I mean, the eyebrows are. Actually, hold on. Is my brain not?
I don't think it's that noticeable. If I couldn't even remember if they had them.
Okay, well, no. I mean, that's accurate too. Again, like if they're going based off of like the older style animatronics, like OG Fendi, like if they're doing that, then yeah, those ones also have eyebrows. So they do have eyebrows. They're supposed to have eyebrows.
They got rid of the eyebrows for so long, it's weird to see eyebrows on the animatronics again.
I think it's because of just like
I feel like it's Sister Location when we started kind of slowly losing the eyebrows, because I know like Ennard was one that kept like having eyebrows and then losing them.
I think so, yeah. Hit new way to find out FNaF lore. Does it have eyebrows or not?
See, MatPat can count the toes, but I can find the eyebrows. Have you actually watched Game Theory since Matt left?
No. But I also haven't watched Game Theory even when he was still there.
Oh.
He stopped.
That's fair.
A while ago.
Chad, this question also applies to you. Have you seen Game Theory since MatPat left? Sharp tip or rounded tip shoes? They're rounded. I'm just drawing them however I want though. I'm taking some stylization into account. I don't need to follow the ref exactly. Because whatever like this bottom part is for his mouth, I kind of hate that. I know it's supposed to be like a hinge, like a jaw, like that for dolls, but I don't even know if that's on the model. Seem to be leaning more towards into Jester looks. Well, they're leaning more towards the Mimic, so the Mimic looking more like an actual clown than regular Sun and Moon. Never had a heart to share at the end of it all. You find a beach you never thought was there. Definitely more clown. Watch Game Theory from time to time. No, you're fine. They're pointing on the show. There's a lot of like mix of like stripes and solid colors for Sun. I don't know why Moon has that weird like fishnet thing though. Unless it's supposed to be checkered. Sorry, I said Sun and Moon, Nova and Frost. Ugh. Listen, y'all get what I mean.
No, I don't think it's supposed to be checkered because it would look checkered.
Fucking fishnet in the show. See, now I have to keep looking back at the videos to see. Where's Frost? Oh, interesting. Frost model doesn't even have it. Where's one where he's standing? Not that one. I don't wanna feel left out, so I get down just to get down. I don't wanna feel stressed out, lost in my head, lost in the crowd. Hey, I don't wanna feel left out, so I get down just to get down. These songs are dancing in the dark, so turn out the lights. These are songs to dance to in the dark, yeah. These are songs to dance to in the dark, yeah. These are songs to dance to in the dark when you're feeling like you never had a heart to share. At the end of it all, you find a beach you never thought was there. Close your eyes. Give my songs to dance to in the dark. Yeah, no, he doesn't have that. His model's also just the stripe. Hello, where did you get the ref? It's off of Candle Damien's Tumblr. I believe it's only posted on Tumblr as far as I'm aware. The music is fire. Thank you. I love this playlist a lot. Frost kind of looks like he can be in a Christmas special. He does look very wintry, I feel. But I think it's the hat that's giving it. Okay, well.
To be fair, his name is also Frost, which also doesn't help Christmas vibes.
Yeah. He's Frosty Boy. I'm gonna be honest, Davian's art does not do justice for Frost for me. Hello, welcome in. I've stared at this reference for so long, in all honesty. That was a correct circle. What is wrong with me? I do like the idea of being, what is it, judge and executioner interesting, but because I was familiar with Meg's work before I got into the Sun and Moon show, it just feels like it's Meg's AU. Meg has put on Tumblr that it's just a coincidence that they're similar, but I don't know what Reed and Davis have seen. They also mentioned that they had mentioned the AU to Reed like a couple months back, but it's not likely he remembers. No, I don't want to make his eyes pointy. Christmas elf vibes from Frost. I'm thinking like the movie Elf. Tish, what was your favorite Christmas movie growing up? Oh, Death, okay.
That's a really good question. That's a really good question, actually. What is those?
Didn't Meg make the ref? No, that was Damien's the one who made the ref for Frost and Nova. Meg is the one who designed Lunar and Earth. That was a good Christmas movie that I enjoyed. I did enjoy Elf, but I think what's the one I have to go back to? I was about to say Barbie. That's a bad choice. You know what? I like rewatching Home Alone.
Home Alone was always on. Home Alone was always on, but I wouldn't say it's my favorite. By the time Elf came out, I was... How old was I? Oh, I was in middle school, I think, actually. Oh yeah, I would have been. My brain just keeps saying Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh, you know what? Yes, actually, yes, that counts. No, it counts.
Because that would have been the movie I had seen like when I was actually a kid.
I feel like that counts. That should count, and if it doesn't, I say it does.
I mean, it's more of a Christmas movie than it is a Halloween movie.
Yeah.
So I don't really. I think like most of the Christmas movies I saw were like movies I should not have been seeing as a child.
What's your thoughts about Lunar's new body? It's fine. I like it. Could have used more astral inspiration to it, but I think what we got, considering how much he really needed an update, he's perfectly fine. If you ask me about Earth's new body, I think it was completely unnecessary, but I don't care enough about it to say any real complaints about it. Their money, do whatever they want. Cheers to Jack Skellington. This is making me remember what is it, Twisted Wonderland? And when Jack was revealed, I was like, what are they doing anymore?
Oh, yeah. Also, I hate that there's two other Christmas movies that I thought of, and I was like, oh yeah, maybe those ones. I wouldn't say they're my favorite, but they're the only ones I can think of from my childhood. And they're both... One is Jack Frost.
Oh,
the movie.
the Birkin, whatever it is movie, the stop motion one. I can't remember the Birkin Bass?
No.
Really?
Not the stop motion one.
Oh, the live action one? The live action one? The one where they had the blue makeup?
The live action one where the guy dies and becomes yeah, that one. And then the other one I thought of was the Santa Claus, which I also did. That dates me even more because that came out in 1994. Those are the only ones that my brain thought of. Oh, Christmas movie. Thinks of literally the oldest ones I possibly could have. Good.
In terms of character design, which TSBS character do you like? Tish, you can answer this too. You've seen enough designs, I feel.
In terms of the security breach, well, that's the security breach show as a whole.
Yeah. You've seen enough of them, I feel like. You already know what the FNaF characters look like. Which design do I like?
I literally forgot every single character, and the only one my brain could think of was Glamrock Lefty. That's the only one that I thought of.
Oh yeah, you know what? There it is.
I forgot every other character except for Glamrock Lefty.
He's literally left you traumatized.
Don't say that. I mean, I do like Solar's design.
Yeah, I was gonna say Solar.
Solar has a good design. Nexus also has a good design.
Love Nexus actually. Wait, have you seen the new, like the most recent Nexus at least? The cloak one? Where it's literally just the villain from Puss in Boots.
No, you would have to show me because
okay. It's
I suppose I'm a little biased for Solar and Nexus because I did draw both of them.
Smiles.
You forced me to do that.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You exchanged cash money.
I did. I exchanged cash money.
I'm making that sound so bad. You just commissioned me.
Yeah.
I'm making it sound so bad.
No, I like this more horrible interpretation better actually. You know what? I'm gonna send you the April Fool's episode specifically because you get a better view of his body in that one. If I can find the April Fool's one. Where is it? I know it's titled The End of the Sun and Moon Show. Where is it? Hello, am I okay? There it is. Like Solar's design as well as Nexus. Yeah, they have probably the best designs, like, if you don't count the Cloak Man. If somebody says kill code, I can agree with that to some extent, just because I do like Inky Pop's models. Where the fuck is he?
I don't think I've actually fully seen Kill Code's design.
It's just one of Inky Pop's models. You can nope, that's the Pokemon channel. It starts at around like the 13-minute area. I can't do the specific timestamp for some reason. I know I can do it on mobile.
No, that's fine.
Okay. Sorry, 13:30.
Okay, let me see.
Solar's been so stressed lately. Wait, it's the Puss in Boots guy. Yeah, in the April Fool's video, Moon says that I know what's really under the cloak, and then he goes Puss in Boots, and it's like immediately because of the sides that he wields, or the whatever they're called. I forget what they're called. Tonpas? No, not Tom Puss. Anyway, the weapons that he yields is literally the same thing that Death uses in Puss in Boots. Oh, there goes my music again. It stops when I talk.
The sickles.
Thank you. I couldn't remember what the name was.
Also, oh, he is in Cloak. Wow.
It's given artists a lot of freedom on how to draw him, but everyone seems to generally agree he's much more of a void figure now.
Peak.
Better character design for interpretation. I like the old, really small lunar design. The one with the tail, or the one after that. They're not daycare attendants, new base programming. Oh yeah, that's true. They're not daycare attendants. Didn't even think of that. I remember laughing during the April Fool's video when Moon said Puss in Boots. It was a fun episode. I love an April Fool's episode. And I appreciate the fourth wall break that they did acknowledge it was the 3rd anniversary. Because I didn't see anywhere that they were acknowledging that it was the 3rd anniversary. Granted, I didn't acknowledge the anniversary either, so I didn't care. Was this a mistake to give him eyebrows this early? You know what? His hat's stupid. I didn't draw fucking cone hats. I can't with the circles. Yeah, god. Yeah, final answer. Solar. Solar was the one I became the most fond of really quickly anyway. And then the crash out.
And then the crash out.
Frost hat gives me the impression of a party hat. Yeah. Yeah, I guess so. It reminds me of like those old-timey clown hats that people like to draw. Like specifically with the puffs on the end.
Yeah, with the puffs. I don't know what those types of hats are called specifically.
Dude, I don't know, but I think I'm so fond of them when other people draw them, but me drawing it, I'm just like, wow, I hate this. I also hate drawing Moon with sharp teeth now. It feels weird to me. Even though that's the interpretation everybody likes to give him. Spends enough time drawing Sam's drawing the sharp teeth is weird. Did you ever start to treat Villain Takeover as a Halloween holiday? I have not been here long enough to have experienced the Villain Takeover. I've only been in the fandom since the beginning of this year. So no. I literally don't care for the villain episodes because I don't like Blood Moon. And I wasn't there for them. I also didn't care for the Stitchery storyline. It was probably like the most boring storyline I had to go through. So I have no idea what was going on there. Oh wait, you're talking about the villain takeovers, not the villain team AU thing or whatever. Villain takeovers, yeah, no, I wasn't there for that. I am answering these very badly.
get me wrong, see you inside. I say you will. Open your eyes, you did me wrong.
Oh, it's so interesting to draw these colors again, because if you remember, I used to draw the colors like really frilly like that originally. I think after
Yes.
I started drawing Lunar, that's when I kind of switched doing the colors. Draws Lunar one time, changes entire art style. I thought Blood Moon was an edgy
So I
OC.
don't know if the hat.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say I don't know if the hat has a specific name, but the singular point one with the pom poms on it, it's a Pero. It's a Pero.
That's a cute name for it.
It's for the black and white clowns. Piero. I don't know how to do French. I'm not French. But that's what the hat is specifically, because it kept giving me Jester hats with the 2 or 3 prongs, which are cap and bells, or they're called unironically called coxcomb hats. But I was like, what's the singular one? It's a Piero hat. It doesn't seem to have a unique name for it.
Okay.
Anyway.
There's the fun
There's
fact
your
of
fun
the day.
information.
Hi, welcome in. I thought Blood Moon was an edgy OC at first before I realized he was canon to the show. Ooh. Oh my god. The Inky Pop. No, not the Inky Pop. Who was the one who made the models that I don't like? I forget what their name is. The base one. I can't remember.
Oh god. So do you mean the original base or the edits?
The original base.
Okay.
There's somebody who commissioned you, remember?
Yes, it's yes. I just need to hold on.
Look through my receipts.
I'm trying to remember.
It was the first.
Yeah, somebody
Good.
somebody who edits those models is a client of mine. Like it's a base model that you can edit.
Yeah. For Blood Moon's model, that first one, the full red one, it was fine. I didn't care too much for it. I thought it was nicely stylized, at least for that specific model. Any other models used with that base, I think they're all ugly and I hate them. I think they're really disgusting and uncanny, but like that's just me. If people use them, I'm not gonna say anything bad about it. But I personally hate them. If we're referring to like the newer one that has like the cloak and like the red and white, I still think it's ugly, but drawing it makes it look nice. Fan art makes him look so good as like, but I still didn't like him as a character, and I am also glad that the creators didn't like him. I hope we never get him back. I feel like that's a bitter thing to say, considering I know there's somebody who like is madly in love with Blood Moon and who follows me on social media, but Blood Moon's not my character. Blood Moon was not the character that stuck with me. Now in Mazim, however, I think he's very funny with his beats. He just wants beats. Frost, I hate your fucking hat. Yeah, but that was an interesting thing to find on Frost model, is that he doesn't have any of the patterns, but his colors are still light blue. No, Frost, my love. I just woke up, it's like 4 a.m. Oh, okay. I'm fine just drawing Sonic's moon as usual. I hope you are alright, Sammy. Blood Moon, with the way puppets deleted him from existence, we're not getting him back. Good. Good, I don't want him. I will gladly be Blood Moon's biggest hater. I mean, I would if the creators didn't hate him more. He was a fine concept in the beginning, but like when they started getting more into the storyline when it came to kill code, I think it got too overwhelming. I personally am not a bit much of a fan of Blood Moon as well. Good to know I'm not alone on that. And I will draw Shadow
Okay,
Milk.
I think
Yeah. What'd you find?
I think I finally figured out which one has made the base that you don't like.
Oh, thank God.
Hold on, I have to verify it.
Oh, thank God.
Okay, I believe it's the Fu Cuppy.
Yes,
Cuppy.
yes, it's them.
Okay, that's the one that you don't like.
Yeah, I hate those models. Oh, Tish, you're talking about Shadow Milk
That's
Cookie.
Oh my God!
You like
Did
Cookie.
somebody mention Cookie Run?
Yeah, you like Cookie Run. I don't know
I do
anything
like-
about it.
I do like Cookie Run.
Chat, tell Tish about Cookie Run. they know. I don't. When you are literally
Tell me about Cookie Run, even though I've been playing for like 4 years now.
much longer than probably.
Actually, hold on. Is that right? Hold on. I need to find out.
Oh, look what we've done. NOVAFROST Brain Rot. God, I was talking just on a server talking about them. They got so crazy. NOVAFROST is peak. They're very cute. I like them. They remind me a lot of like Meg's Serial Killer AU, which is why I'm fond of them. I love the fact that they have a judge and executioner relationship. I would like them to be dating because I need to recover from Masm. But if they're not, and that this is their just partnership, I'm okay with that too. I want to play Cookie Run Kingdom because of Shadow Milk. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not into gachapons. Tish, how does one get into
It'll
Cookie
be
Run?
4 years that I've been playing.
Jesus. How does one get into Cookie
be
Run Kingdom?
Wait until the Sonic the Hedgehog event happens and then start playing. That's my advice because that's what I did.
I'm not even gonna lie, when like the BTS one was happening, I was tempted. I know you have like 3 of them.
That's fair.
Fire Spirits. I don't know the time. Male Wives, Fire Spirit Cookie for me. Tish, who's your favorite? I know you also like Shadow Milk, but like
I have a lot.
who's like go name a couple.
I do like Shadow Milk. He's not my favorite. I like a lot of the older ones actually. Werewolf is still one of my favorites. Sea Fairy, fucking Kumiho. She doesn't get fucking talked about ever. I also like Almond Cookie, who used to be like the big favorite. He was like peak back in the day. Also Red Velvet. I like a lot of cookies.
Did you see the stuff that's going about like
Sounds like a general statement.
what is the ones that are called? It's like someone has like an island or something, and then like there's been a ship war going on with them. It's like some pink cookie that has like big hair or something. If I could probably find it in all honesty.
You mean
just glance at TikTok.
Do you mean Eternal Sugar?
Yes.
Yeah, her event just came out. I actually haven't gone through her story yet. I vaguely know what's happening with the story right now. Because Shadow Milk and Pure Vanilla's story has like technically concluded already. Because they put in Fire Spirit after Shadow Milk and Pure Vanilla, and now they're right now it's the event with Eternal Sugar, and then there's going to be the second one. The second part of the event is going to focus on Hollyberry, because that's how these events have been going. they focus on the beast and then they focus on the ancient. So I'm probably gonna knock them both out at the same time.
Okay. I don't know what any of those words mean.
Yeah, I know. Don't worry about it.
It's okay. It's for the audience, not me.
I'm yapping for the sake of yapping.
No, the fuck it doesn't, though. Why Meg's art always brought up about them, Belle. Because Meg is usually the character designer that they go to when it comes to making new designs. Damien is the one that I believe Davis will usually go to, because Damien is actually the one who designed Lunar and Blood Moon, from what I'm aware, or at least from what I could gather. Superstar Bongos designed Charlie. Meg designed Earth and Lunar. I don't know who other characters have been designed by which artists, but yeah, that's the ones I've at least seen in casual viewing. I don't know why Meg is always brought up. I think Meg has only drawn Meg's only drawn Nova as of recently. But Meg is also, I guess, the more popular artist because of their art style. So, I mean, look at Damien's art style. It's not for everyone. It's good art. Don't get me wrong. It's not for everyone's taste. There's definitely some thumbnail artists that I prefer more than others, but that's not to say anyone's bad. Everyone just has different preferences.
I mean, to be fair, Meg is also, from what I'm aware, Meg is pretty active in, the streams, too. And, very active with interacting with both Davis and Reed. So, that could also be why people always bring up Meg, because it's kind of it's oh, well, this person is always around the people who run the show.
This is true. Meg's also a moderator in the servers.
Yeah. Which, that stuff sort of just happens. It's oh, you're always around, the creators or, the main people, so you probably have, have more say in stuff than, somebody else working on it.
Yeah. It seems like the only thing Meg doesn't really know is that, is the storylines that they do. For, at least, the shows. They know personal storylines from them, from what it seems, because I think Reed, according to stream, has discussed things with Meg when it comes to storylines for his own things, but nothing from Sam's, from what I'm aware. That might be a contractual thing, though. I don't know. My first introduction to Cookie Run Kingdom is when Clotted Cream Cookie was introduced. I always say Cookie Kingdom just makes me hungry. I love Charlie, the hair curl, the bows, so sweet. I know, right? She's one of my many favorites. Yeah, Meg has really good art. Charlie's design has put me in a shithole, honestly. Because I get people who will look at my OC Venus and go, "Is that Charlie?" And I have to just sit there and stare at my comments and just let it go. And I don't respond because I don't have the energy. Just joined. Hi. Hello. Welcome in. I am currently drawing NOVAFROST. Well, I'm figuring out how to do them first, and then I guess I'll interpret in my own way, over time. I would have loved to do a back view for them and just have them stand back to back and have Nova holding a knife, and then Frost holding the knife, Nova's holding the gavel. There's Judge and Executioner. Or an axe. Hatchet, even.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Haha, funny inside jokes. Anyway. If you knew what that was a reference to, no you don't. I like how you draw them, it's super cute. Thank you. I'm following Damien's ref currently. That was bad, I should just move you on. NOVAFROST is so cute in your art style. Thank you. I'm just drawing them like sun and moon in all honesty. Wait, give me a second. I'm gonna turn off my light. Okay, there we go. A reminder for everyone to hydrate. Draw the little froze. I've also really been enjoying. I really do love the comments as much as like I'll get some that make me kind of roll my eyes. I do love comments like so much. I always appreciate whenever I get feedback for videos or anything like that. It just makes me more. It makes me want to make more content to see that there's actual people who are watching it. Views and likes never mean anything to me because I don't even look at those numbers. Hey, question, if it's okay, do you think NOVAFROST is a ship or like brothers and like Sun and Moon? I personally would like to see them together, because I have a PTSD from Masm. I would love to see them be a couple and just be their own thing rather than follow the normal like Sam's lore of like, oh, they're Sun and Moons, they're gonna automatically be brothers. Like, no. Masm didn't have to follow that. I don't think NOVAFROST have to follow that either. Because even then, they already have an established relationship with each other. They don't meet. They're not the same as Sun and Moon. They've established that already. Do I think Davis and Reed will let them date? I have no idea. Would I be okay with them being brothers? I guess. I would like something different with them, but that's fine. I can't really do anything about it. Hi, how are you doing today? Hello, Zampop. Welcome in. Full take, I don't like seeing one without the other when it's NOVAFROST because it's not just Nova and not just Frost. When one is fronting, the other is watching. It's always we in their statement. Yes, the one poster is just like I don't use they them because I'm non-binary. I'm literally two bitches. And make sure neither is left out. Yeah, and I really like that between the two of them, that they are together. They include each other in everything. They are a team. Whether they are romantic or not, romantic or familial, they're a team together and nothing is going to really change that. And I want them to stay like that. Maybe things can change over time, but I want them to stick together as a team. Yeah, and again, I really like the concept of judge and executioner that they have. With this, it's good. We love a trope, and it obviously seems to work better for them anyway, because they could have had a similar relationship where one suppresses the other. They acted confused as though wait, at the thought of Lunar, Sun, and Moon seeing each other as brothers, claiming animatronics are weird. Well, yeah, it's. I feel like that can kind of be thrown away though. They probably don't understand the concept of family at all. There's a lot of reasons to be able to rationalize that in all honesty. One of them being they don't understand the concept of family. They just don't think animatronics like can or should see each other as family, I guess. Or they just don't, or you know, it's just not something they ever considered at all. It's not a normal thing there to have between them to be like adoptive family, like found family or anything. I don't know. Maybe they'll dive into that more in the future. That would be nice. Like, is there more fan art of Nova already? Why Frost is watching you and knows you don't include him? He hates so much. Why does what? So does Nova what? There is more fan art in Nova already. Why? Frost is watching you and you don't include him, he hates him. Oh, okay, I misread that. I'll draw NOVAFROST, should I? Yes, I encourage everybody to draw NOVAFROST because we need more art of them.
I'll give you all my time.
I made him shorter.
I'm thinking you're the one for me.
Who would not draw Frost? He's so cute and silly. You'd be surprised. There's actually a lot of people who haven't drawn Frost, but they've drawn Nova already. Meg is one of those people. I think it's the hat that intimidates people. Sorry, another question. When did you join Sam's? If you're referring to the production, never. If you're referring to the fandom, I've only been around since the beginning of this year. Especially Frosty's a silly guy. I genuinely think it's the hat. I think it's the hat that intimidates people. Because I definitely don't like it. See, I see the color palettes. Am I gonna follow them? Absolutely fucking not. I made him too tall. I think that's good enough. But the hat is so cute. But not everybody likes to draw a pointy hat, especially if they're used to like Moon's hat. Like, I definitely don't like drawing it, but that's because I'm used to drawing like Moon's little floppy hat. Frost was the first I drew him. He's very simple. Yeah. I mean, they're not hard designs to draw, to be fair. Especially if you're used to drawing like them as if you're used to drawing Sun and Moon. Like, their normal outfits, not the Sam's versions. Oop. I made him too big, I feel. Tish, are you on Cookie Run Kingdom right now?
No.
Okay. Bro, wait.
No, I'm not. I was just muted.
Oh, okay. He quote unquote said, I grab them like a wet sack of meat and shake them. Oh, right. I had the thought to draw Frost hat as a Jester hat instead. Right? It's just, it feels like it's just easier at this point. I need a darkened Sun's face. I did not intend to. Pen pressure, yay! Talking about his design, how do we feel about the 3D models?
Tired of reeling it back. For once in my life I feel like I'm intact again. I can't come back from this.
Bill, what brushes do you use, by the way? That's a good question. I kind of just download a lot of random ones.
I lost myself and I don't give a fuck. Nothing feels quite better than your touch. Abigail, I think that I'm in love.
Yeah, we were just looking at that earlier, actually. So brushes I use, I got this. I got these brushes. Like, I literally look online and look for free Procreate brushes sometimes just to see what's available to me, just to play around with them. This one, I don't even remember where I found it, but I've been really fond of using this one. Because this one really has good, like, pen pressure with it. Like, this is me drawing at the lightest, and then this is me drawing at the hardest. So yeah, it's... Normally I just use default brushes, in all honesty. I have no problem with it because you can customize it. I do have a couple custom brushes, this one being a flat brush. And then I also have this one that's called With All the Stars. You can find it online. I believe it's like $2. I like using the soft straight lines brush, and then for sketching out things, not that one. Where is it? Where's the one I like using? There we go. It's the sketching and soft coloring. I like using this one if I just want to doodle or whatever. It's a nice one. Anything that can mimic size brushes really is something that I like using. I also like this comic book one. Very nice on the thickness and thin. Very fun. I do have to edit some of these though. Yeah, I'm sorry, do you think NOVAFROST will ever get separated? I hope not. Honestly, Sun and Moon should feel lucky how honest they are about the killing thing. They could have hit it, right? No, because I was a little upset at first. I was like really upset at first when Monty and Solar were being super dismissive about it, and their reasoning was, it's the end of the day, we're tired, we want to go home. And like, I get it, but also you wanted to spend all this time avoiding problems, which they do point out in the episode where Nova and Frost talk about it. I'm just glad they addressed it, because like, really, what do they have to hide? They don't feel they're doing anything bad. And I think that's the best kind of way you can put somebody who's morally gray, is that they don't think they're doing anything bad. And when you look at their actions and who they're harming, it almost seems justified in a way. But it's morally gray because it's still killing. They're still murdering someone. Plus, they are also accidentally murdering children sometimes too. I think they're fun characters. And again, the hold Meg serial killer at you. Yeah. Oh wait, dude, does he have the cheek things? He does. Oh, I forgot that. No, I didn't forget. Okay, I'm just stupid. Hello, welcome in. Other take on NOVAFROST. I've been having the urge to draw them since they've shown up. Yeah, no, me too. I when I saw the concept art was released, I was like, yeah, I want to draw them, but I never got to that point. Hey, I'm sorry, do you think oh yeah, I read that right. Don't have much of a problem with the 3D models in NOVAFROST. I just need some time to get used to them. Would you ever consider drawing with your subscribers on Magma? If you haven't yet, I would love to draw with you sometimes. Wait, sometime you have such an eatable art style. I actually have opened up jam boards for people to join. I usually join with my friend Azura. We usually draw Sonic characters. I've opened maybe one for like for Sun and Moon show. But if I do, I will usually post them on the YouTube post, or I will put them on my Blue Sky. None of you should be able to follow my Blue Sky unless you have your age in your bio. And I can put it on Tumblr, but people usually don't see it during the hours that I do post it. So I do try to put it on all my social media, but it's more than likely people just aren't awake when I'm doing it. So yes, I am able to do it. I probably will do one for Sam's again soon. I might do it on stream too, but I feel like that takes away from like chatting though, because I want to be able to like talk and not have too much like dead silence or music playing all the time. So
you haven't done before, like Sam's.
Well, Azura is usually the one who finds
boards,
the
actually.
yeah. Azura is usually the one that finds the jam boards. I kind of just join in.
I mean, true, but he also he specifically looks for Sonic ones. I mean,
That's true. I don't know. I think I just haven't had the energy for it too.
Like, oh, that's true. Because he's usually the one who's like, I'm gonna look for a jam board, and then he disappears for 20 minutes. He's like, I found one.
That's Azura. They could have left NOVAFROST somewhere to avoid the questions where the animatronic came from, since they didn't buy them, and especially avoid more murder putting the pizzeria in a bad spot. Like, you make a good point. Either they're gonna address it later or they just don't care. It can go either way with how Sam's is, honestly. I love how NOVAFROST looks in your art style. Thank you. I eat kindergartners. Say some batshit things more, and you'll get fucking banned. Say more batshit stuff, see what happens. Fuck around and find out. Anyway.
Oh.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. I'm hoping you're referring to the art, not the eating kindergarteners. I like giving them the floopy hand things. The cuffs there, that's the word I was looking for. I was looking for cuffs. Can you make them bigger? I made them too small and Frost. Sorry. Yeah, please don't fuck around like that. I know you got some good drawing skills. Thank you. I've been drawing too much. Let's not traumatize Belle with our weird thoughts. Tish, they think this is weird. Christ.
I mean, technically not wrong, but
thank you for joining. Yeah, no, but we've seen some shit, so people are strange. I've been on the internet too long. You've definitely been here and seen some shit too, so.
I've seen too many things. I'm too old.
I feel old.
Also a true statement.
Oh, welcome in. By the way, you are a better drawer than me. Okay, hey, let's not do that. Everyone does art at their own pace. Let's not bring ourselves down, thank you. Thank you for the compliment on my art, but that doesn't mean you need to bring yourself down in comparison. That's not a good mindset to have. I know that because I do that. Let's not do that here. Trying to keep the vibes chill. I've seen much worse than that. We are all little traumatized children on the internet, huh? I forgot to say you're super pretty. Are you referring to the art or me? Because I don't exist in this world. The lovelies. I love that both have sharp teeth in VR, but the concept art shows differently. Yeah, I noticed the modeler, whoever modeled them seemed to have made like a good number of changes. For example, because since I have the ref here, I might as well point those out. I did point out earlier that these over here do not exist in the model. They just exist as like light blue portions on the model. Actually, the entire model is a little bit lighter than this, and like Sun leans a little more towards like orangey colors. I think it's interesting. Love this song. I don't know this song. I do love this playlist. How would you feel about fan art for yourself? Probably a question you get often. If you're alright with it, where would we be able to send it so you really see it? Literally just tag me on any social media. My username is the same pretty much everywhere. And I'm perfectly fine with any sort of fan art, either being AUs or of my Sona. Just make sure you don't be weird. Just don't be weird about it, and I'm chill about it. Do. Okay, should I color this? I don't know if I should.
I mean, you were just drawing them to like get a feel for like their design.
That's
so
true.
I mean, if you want to color them, you can.
I probably will just do a little bit more. Or FNaF will color it. Because their colors are weird to me too. I think they're really saturated in these. Which that's just Damien's art, so like, me too. I don't know. I put Damien's concept in grayscale and some colors are the same values. I think that's a bit weird. I don't know. I think that's a reasonable method to like mess with the colors if you want something similar but not exact. I'm just gonna use the
the grayscale thing is usually they usually makes it so that people with less color vision can't really read that there's actually like separate patterns and stuff. That's why usually they recommend it's usually recommended that when you're making a character design, you should put the colors in grayscale and see if the values are actually different, so that when in grayscale, if they are different shades of gray, then that means that it's stark enough for even somebody who's potentially colorblind to actually see the difference in the colors. That's why it's important to actually put that into your character design.
Christ. Just out of curiosity,
Yeah.
I put it into grayscale. Actually, I could probably do it the other way. Creating map. I don't think I have it on here, never mind. Yeah, turning off the colors are very saturated.
Yeah, you can also see like the red and the darker blue on Frost. They actually look like the same value when they're not like
and his face
colors.
and
They
the
look
face
very,
too.
very similar. Yeah, the face too. It kind of all meshes together, so you wouldn't really be able to be like, oh, well, Frost only has like 4 colors, when that's not actually the case. Because clearly the palette is significantly larger, but if you look at even just the palette alone, you can see that there's a bunch of ones that look very, very similar. So
Do that TikTok color theory thing. Hold on. Oh. They're the same colors when you put it in grayscale. Oh no.
Yeah, which again, that's usually how it has to do with like hues. There's the tones. That's also why, again, it is color theory. It is color theory. Where it's like, oh, well, if the character has like a blue line art, then a lot of the colors around it will look just inherently cooler. Or shading yellow with either a green or an orange completely changes the tone of the character. It's one of those fun artsy fartsy things. Sorry, I always hand wave that because I always feel so bad when I talk about color theory and all the other art mumbo jumbo, because part of me feels pretentious, but that's just genuinely how it works, because that's how your brain perceives it, and that's how on the color scale that's how it ends up working.
Jeez, that's crazy. Yeah. Sun and Moon dragged me into this fandom years ago. I've been here ever since. Funnily enough, I actually didn't like Sun and Moon at first. Tish can abide to that. I have mentioned it previously.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what bothers me? I just realized about their outfits. The way they have that Frost has like Frost. No, this applies to Frost and Nova. If you look at the reference and where all the dark blues are in comparison to the light blues, and they keep switching off, something about that really bothers me because of how fabric works. You can actually do that with real fabric, but I like it when it's a little more harmonious, especially when you're adding patterns to it.
Yeah.
I
get you.
I put the patterns on the wrong side. Okay, I did for the top and nothing else. Okay, let me actually catch up. Let me catch up. Damien's concepts. Sun and Moon drive me to this fandom. I like stars, so my phone sucks. What? Okay. Maybe it's so they can blend into the shadows and their form isn't identifiable? Making effects. I don't know. Character design Goper. Question, do you have a Tumblr account? Yes, I do. Under the same username. My socials are all linked in the description of this stream. Well, that's very interesting. See, color theory is interesting, Tish. Like, they would pop out more in certain lights. They do, actually. That is something I can agree with, at least for the models. They're definitely saturated enough where they show, where you can spot them within the crowd of the characters. Like, I see those bitches in the background all the time, and my eyes fly straight to them. Color theory is crazy.
Yeah, but even with, like, even with super bright colors, again, because of the surrounding lights around them, they might not be fully discernible either. Because there have been many times where you've shown me clips of, you know, the Sun and Moon show, and Solar, for example, looks significantly darker than what his actual reference has, and it's because, again, the lighting around it is much darker. Also, 3D space isn't really a good way to judge a 2D character design. Obviously, they all start in 2D, but from them translating to 2D to 3D, because a lot of the VR chat worlds have all of the extra lighting around it, it completely changes how the characters look. It's also why some of the models, like Earth, for example, Earth and Lunar, they're usually in like full bright. So you kind of see them no matter what, because their model just doesn't really react to the lighting in the world, because you can do that with 3D models. But their colors being inherently bright and forcing them to stand out amongst the crowd isn't necessarily a good thing, because that could be really bad for storytelling purposes, and it could also just be very distracting. Because like you said, Belle, if you see them in the background, you're looking at them. Which could be intentional, from storytelling, or it could also literally be a deterrent, because they could just be in the corner of the screen while somebody else is talking, but your eyes aren't looking at the speaker, they're looking in the background. And background elements are good for, you know, a viewer to look at, obviously, because you're like, oh wow, I didn't notice that before. But if it's for storytelling stuff, you kind of want them to focus on the characters who are speaking, because they're telling a story. If the background characters are more interesting than the ones speaking, you've kind of not really done a great job when it comes to showing who to focus on in that particular scene. It's also just a scene sort of thing, which I know, again, it's VR chat. I'm not expecting like cinematography of like the highest caliber, but you still have to keep that in mind so people know, and the show is aware of this because that's why they switch camera views when somebody's talking. And again, it's not a bad thing. There's nothing wrong with having really bright, like zany designs, and it's very fitting because, again, I don't know the full lore for specifically Nova and Frost, but since they're based off of Sun and Moon, I'll use this logic. They're the daycare attendants, so it makes sense for them to be bright and colorful because it's for children. Like, children are going to look at them and be like, oh wow, look at this bright colorful thing, and they'll be attracted to it and be like, they want to look at it and interact with it. But, you know, and the thing is, Sun and Moon themselves, they stand out in the daycare, like in the game itself, but they're still very, comparatively, they're pretty distinct. Not just in how they look, but also their palettes and how their designs are, but they still stand out really well. And even Moon stands out in the darker sections of the game when the lights go out. And Moon is very dark colors, you know? So, I like character design anyways.
I love hearing your art takes. It's very fun. So let me catch up since. Okay, that's why I really use a lot of colors for my art and animatics. That is true, since they pop out so much, you just kind of look at them. I have to go, bye, sorry, bye. Thank you for joining! I think I'd like to visit a world where Charlotte, David, the Crying Child, Elizabeth, and... The Crying Child doesn't have a name. Anyway, Elizabeth and the 5 children lived. I know it's bad, please stop attacking me. The FNaF world, even. Side question for Belle and Tish: have you peeps gone to school for art/drawing? If so, what was the experience for it? Any classes you would suggest? Would gladly give context to question if asked. Oh my goodness, don't. It stops playing when I talk. It does not like me. You make some great points for art, Tish. Yeah, Tish is an artist. In case, in case that wasn't obvious, they are an artist too. They're just not into Sam's at all, but I give them updates about all the shit that goes on. So Tish, you have any like sort of traditional, I guess, schooling when it comes to art or anything? I know you're mostly self-taught, but anything in the realm?
Other than just regular having art classes in school and just without sounding like the biggest nerd in the universe, I have a passion for the arts. Art really just interests me in pretty much every form, whether it be designing clothing, designing merchandise, designing banners, designing characters, painting, using clay, sewing. I just really like creating things. I don't really have any. I don't have special school experience. I wanted to go to college actually initially, a long time ago. I tried looking into an art school that was here, but it was extremely expensive and it was not something that my family was able to afford. So I had one class of quote unquote college, which was a Photoshop class, because I kind of wanted to learn a little more about Photoshop because I wasn't too well versed in it. Unfortunately, the class was too early on in like the teaching stage, I should say. so I didn't actually really learn anything new in that class. I was actually teaching the teacher things in the class. Because he was like, oh, well, you need to do, we're going to do this project. And I would be like, okay. And I would finish the project very quickly. And he'd be like, oh, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, I'm animating in Photoshop right now. And he's like, you can do that? And I'm like, what do you mean?
God.
You're the college professor. You're the college professor. And I'm like 18. I'm like 18, 19 at the time. I was like, what do you mean you'd have no idea what I'm doing? Am I lost? I only went for a semester because we couldn't afford it. We had to pay for my class out of pocket. But I don't have any formal teaching. I just like teaching myself pretty much. I like learning new programs. I like experimenting. That's kind of really what you should do, is experiment.
Like traditional schooling can only take you so far.
Yeah, I mean, people always say like, oh, learn the basics and stuff like that. But you know, if you want to go to art school and you think art school would benefit you, I think you should. But at least right now, I would probably recommend not going to art school if you're doing it for like animation purposes. And that's only because genuinely the industry is it's pretty poor right now.
Yeah. It's a bad time to be an animator right now.
Yeah, it's not really a great time. It's not that there's no... It's just a very saturated market, and you'd kind of be shooting yourself in the foot, realistically. But there's way more art things that you could go into, obviously. Again, like, you could do designing, you could do... There's a whole lot. Pretty much, literally every single thing in your life needs art in some capacity. So... You'll be able to find a job. Animation just might not be it right now. But yeah, that's me. For you, Belle.
So
I don't know if you've done any of that.
Well, I'm also self-taught. We all know this. I've been drawing since I was a kid. In my case, I did kind of go to schooling for it as well. I took a couple years in college and but I didn't go under anything sort of animation or artistic related. I went under graphic design, then I went under graphic and web design when I transferred colleges. I'm no longer going to be attending college anymore as I didn't find any of it worthwhile, in all honesty. I ended up relearning basics I already knew. And when I took graphic design, it was geared more towards marketing, which I would really like it if my music would stop fucking stopping. It'd be really cool. It hates when I talk. When it came to my schooling, I did enjoy what I learned, but I didn't like doing the assignments. And I've had cases where in like school when I was younger trying to do art classes, I would like to be more creative and take my own interpretations on assignments. And the teacher fucking hated that, so yeah, he didn't like me, even though I was the one who was the most advanced. Also, my dad is a professional graphic designer, so being in those graphic design classes were boring. I was bored. I already knew how to use Photoshop, and they wouldn't even let me use Photoshop in those classes because they're like, no, use the free alternative we told you to use. And I'm like, but if I have the industry standard, let me use the industry standard. It works the same way, just let me use it. And the teacher was on my ass for a whole semester until the next semester they're like, just use whatever program you have available to you or use this option. Like, fuck you for that. Anyway, school pissed me off enough that I no longer wanted to do it, and I eventually saw it as like a waste of my mental health because I was working 2 jobs and going to college at the same time. So fuck that. And okay, I went off track on that. But for art-wise, I think it was good to be able to expand my horizons on what kind of art I could do. I did have better learning of like composition and such, and especially when it came to like understanding your aesthetic and what your branding you want. So it's good for at least expanding your horizons if you want to learn a little bit more from different art fields. But if you're going for like animation or artistic work, you are going to have to deal with a lot of critique and such, because I do have friends who are in actual like art routes and everything. It's not an easy path, and you're gonna have a lot of competitors. You're gonna compare yourself a lot, and your teacher, who may not even know a single lick about art, is going to criticize you harshly. But how you handle that criticism is usually what will keep you afloat. But yeah, it's like every artist is different, and everyone handles their own creativity a different way. So art school may not be for you, and you don't have to feel bad about that if it isn't, because I've certainly had to get over my own feelings about that. College was not for me. Learning art through college was also not for me. But if you can't do that option, there are always online courses that you can take to be able to refresh what you know, or be able to advance a little bit further in different fields without having to dedicate too much of your time or a shit ton of money for college. Plus free tutorials on YouTube. That's always a great option. Art studies is always a good option too. If you have live drawing available, use it. I love live drawings. Oh, this says message retracted. What happened? Did you say fucking bad? If you said a bad, I swear to God. Can we not do
no,
that?
I think they were just rewording their message, because they sent the same message, but like
okay,
a little more polite.
Okay. If I make a FNaF alive, if you would anyone attack me? No? Just do whatever you want. That's very blunt, but yeah. Just do whatever you want. Unless you're doing something that's like...
just do what
like,
you
just
want.
do it. What am I supposed to do? I made 2 AUs that's literally based off of Solar Sun. What do you want me to say? I heard it's very unfortunate. Yeah! When did you start the Sun and Moon show, if you don't mind me asking? I started in the beginning of this year. I have not been here that long, but I was able to catch up with content pretty quickly. I honestly thought going to an art college at some point, but I didn't because I was afraid I would lose my passion for art. Yeah, when your passion starts feeling like a job, you kind of lose the motivation to do it, which is common for anything. Why are Frost arms and legs yellow in the reference? I'm not even sure if it looks like that in the actual show. See, now that's making me want to look. I keep going back to these fucking episodes because the models versus the artwork is confusing me. No, what Frost, what do your arms fucking look like? His arms are orange.
That's interesting. Looking at the refs, they actually changed, depending on if it's NOVAFROST, the belt around the what do you even call that?
Waist?
Basically the belt around the red and yellow, like butt cape. That I know there's an actual name for it. You know what I mean? It does change between the two, which I find a little interesting. Not because I think it's weird that it changes color. It's just on Frost it is still the same yellow. Wait, no, it's not. Those are different.
Oh my god.
Those are different. Those are actually different, yeah. The waist thing is the same color as the shoes. But those also change. Because I mean, I guess that makes sense because the shoes and that change.
I think he has blue arms and legs in the show. Nope, it's orange. I'm literally looking at it right now. His arm is orange.
So interesting.
It is. The character design's interesting. Why does it look like Frost and Nova can actually stretch their arms due to how their arms look? Cause Mimic. I'm assuming. I think it's interesting that they have each other's colors like on them still. I don't know, this character design is weird when you try to put it into function. That's just me though. Sometimes I like to think of functionality when it comes to characters. Not all the time, but there are times. Like to an alarming level. It's really interesting. Character design. It's fun. I don't know, I'm annoying when it comes to colors. They look like Jack in the Box. Yes, because they're based off of Jackie, who is a Jack in the Box, who is the Mimic, who is going to be featured in the next game, Secret of the Mimic, from FNaF. Because in the lore of Sam's, they are related, because Jackie was the original model that the creator of Sun and Moon stole the blueprints for to make Sun and Moon. Smiles. Lore. Okay, so I did.
Lore.
Lore. I did not watch this show for like over 2 months for people to tell me I don't know shit. Because I don't. My memory's bad. They be correct. Maybe no.
Remember the notes.
Maybe Nova and Frost can use their very outstretched arms to get their targets faster. I think they use it to shake them, like from the velocity that they make it seem like, that they're able to give the person whiplash who they're shaking. Velocity? I don't think that's the correct word, but you get my point. God, looking at Damien's ref, Sun uses a lot of different yellow shades.
Yes.
I got it. There's a crowd outside the door, you better line up. And a sheet up on the wall, you better sign. If you wanna know me, better listen closely, cause I'm hard spoken.
Very excited for the Secret of the Mimic. I think it'll be interesting. I have low expectations for it. I don't know if it's because I expect it to be a bad game, or I'm just so like jaded with FNaF games at this point. If it's good or bad, I don't really care. I mean, look at this. Like, Security Breach was probably one of the biggest failures when it came to like immediate release, and yet here we are.
Ice cubes over cheap ass wine, and you left a good impression, but now I'm second guessing. Didn't get the message. Okay, here's another lesson. You're so upset, I put you to the test. See what else you know, and don't peek, no, no, no. Oh, I'm picky. Keep you on your toes, tippy. Knock you down the slope, real fast, slippy. Heard you tell your mom that you're sitting with me. How you think I'm the shit? Oh shit, no really. Try different sizes, the shoe don't fit me. But you wanna ride till you get dizzy. Work you till exhaustion, give me every option. Cause I don't know what I want till I got it. Know what I want, don't know what I want, what I want. Know what I want, don't know what I want till I got it. Know what I want, don't know what I want, what I want. Know what I want, don't know what I want till I got it. Don't know what I want, don't know what I want.
Sorry, I'm going silent because I'm kind of just observing the characters as I'm coloring.
So let's have a fine welcome for very fine talent.
Question, what do you think of NOVAFROST's character? I like them. I like them. I think they're neat. I like their concept of judge and executioner. I think they're cool. I'm excited to see what's going to be done with them. And I want them to date. Because I miss Mazem, and this is the closest thing I'm going to get to it again. You know, I might keep this lighter shade actually.
No, I miss Mazem. 2025. Quote of the year.
I miss the gay boys. Actually, well, I say that, but like the wedding episode is still like something that bothers me to this day. Cause damn, that shit hurted. I did not expect it to be as hurtful as it was. Like, that shit really hurt. You ever just see characters hate each other so fucking much? And it's one-sided? I'm very excited to see what happens to NOVAFROST. So am I. Missing Mazem hours, please. Give them back. If the videos had gotten more views, I'm sure we probably would have kept the channel, but they clearly don't care. Because as much as the views are very fluctuating for Fem Nights, it's doing better than Mazem was. The numbers are sadly what they care about. Because how else are you going to pay the ad revenue for Black Shore? Smiles.
Everywhere you go, make me start go to.
It's okay, Mazem Mood. I love you with all my me. Me too. Oh my god, I had like so much like love for Mazem Moon, and I don't know. I think that was like how I started getting into like Moon to begin with. Is like Mazem Moon specifically like stole my heart. He's cutie. I care him. I feel bad for him too. I'll be right back. Okay.
It was a cheap shot. Must be feeling like a big shot. Hit me, it was a cheap shot.
Actually, no, I think I need to make the puffy thing red. There's a name for the collar. I can't remember what it is. Ruffles? Ugh. Fill that in. There we go. Now it's red. There needs to be some harmony with the design. We can't expect everything. Real Belly's a little angel. I hope NOVAFROST gets their own plush. Even if they don't actually show up in the show. Maybe. If it's legally distinct enough. Oh, Mazem, you were an interesting, wonderful experience. It was something. Actually, what if I... Sun was just a love magnet. Yeah. Since Love Life was a disaster. I just felt bad for Moon. Like, most of the time. A lot of episodes with me just feeling bad for Moon. Your art is adorbs, though. I haven't caught up with Sam's in a year. But as soon as I saw NOVAFROST, I raced to the channel again. Dude, you're missing a lot, then. That means you haven't been here since Nexus died. Welcome back from the grave, then.
Why is it so hard for you to take my word? Just trust me, girl, it's all talk. Don't believe what you heard. I know right now it's not perfect, but I don't deserve this. So listen to your friends, they don't want us to work. Listen to me.
Yep, I have no idea what's going on. Oh boy, you are lost. I'm so sorry you're lost. But on the bright side, they've started actually making playlists with the lore that you need to know for the show before they started doing the soft reboot. So if anything, just go through those and you'll be able to catch up with the show a little easier. Because it seems like they only have the lore relevant, not necessarily all of the lore, but the lore relevant ones that are needed to be able to catch up with the show. Missing Nexus Hours too, damn. I love Nexus. He's so cool. Nexus is cool. We love Nexus. Well, I like Nexus. Okay, I think I need to make these parts blue, actually. And make it a little more blue. What if I... Oh, when the fuck? Holds Nexus close to me. Samson has gotten quite a few crushes since he's become a single dad. Doesn't look like he's interested in anyone right now, though. Coughs in Rosemary. Rosemary Erasure for real. Okay, so let me make this blue. Let me see if I can make it blue or white. No, I want to leave that red, but I want to change these to blue. That's why Nexus is still alive in my very cool love dessert. I have a lot of opinions when it comes to Nexus, but I can't think of any at the moment, so just know that I like him. Let's see. Maybe not yellow. I'll figure out a good color for it, but I don't know about yellow. Not yellow, blue. I don't know about the blue. I miss my lover. I miss my lover. And I miss my lover. That was unintentional, but it worked. I've seen a lot of everyone is alive as well AUs and Nexuses and none of them. A lot of people actually don't like Nexus, believe it or not. Not sure if you're aware. I guess I can bring this up since everyone's alive. I don't, so in addition to not liking Blood Moon, I don't care for Kill Code. I did not care about Kill Code. Solar Flare, I didn't care about at first, but he's grown on me with his dry humor. He's grown on me with his dry humor on Eeps. I like him now. I appreciate him a little bit more. In Sam's though, I didn't like him. I didn't care for him. I didn't care when he died. I didn't even see him as a real character, in all honesty. I saw him as just like another, just robot. This is justified as a villain, not really a villain even. I call him an anti-hero, kind of. He turned evil for family and friends and saw how his efforts were seen. No. 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 That's not how I would define him, but unless you mean for your AU, then that's different. But no, for Nexus, no. I could do a whole character breakdown on Nexus, but I don't want to. I leave that up to Day as a Cherry. I did not care about Kill Code. Yeah, I didn't care. Everybody can talk about how much they loved him, but as Reed and Davis said, nobody watched when he died. I don't think the blue's working. The blue's not working for me. I'll fuck around and let's see how it'll look. It works for the shirt, but that's about it. Wait, I need to duplicate. It just gives me a copy of the fucking layer. Why am I doing this? Cut. What is happening? The fuck? Okay, then stop that. There, fuck. Why was it so hard? Nope, wrong layer. What's this too late? What did I do? Not an anti-hero. As Dave mentioned, my mutual. I think, is Dave my mood? I don't think Dave's my mutual, but I do see Dave a lot on my timeline, and I agree with a lot of their opinions when it comes to Nexus. Not every opinion, obviously, but they have enough, like, they've had enough opinions that I'm just like, yeah, I feel for that. Okay, I could actually make this red and then just go with the accent colors. Hold on. I'll lock that. Fill this layer. Did I not fill these in more? I thought I did. For sure. I fucking do. His limits were farther than his family's, and just like before Eclipse, they are willing to go far and destroy themselves for the ones they care for. Not an anti-hero. In my opinion, Nexus wasn't an anti-hero, more like someone who simply snapped after so long and he found himself not caring about anything. Couldn't find the right word for it. In truth, Nexus does still care in some way, but he buried everything down because he believes it's too late to go back. Yeah. I think Nexus actually was glad he died because no more suffering and all. Sadly, they had to take that away from him. Because we couldn't just let him die. Because fan service. And then they wasted him for a month and did nothing with him. I'm gonna stay fucking angry about that. They literally like had him back and did nothing with him for a month. They couldn't figure out a fucking storyline for him and kept throwing shit at the wall. That was the worst like handling of a character I have seen in a long time when it came to Nexus coming back. And somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that entire month was just ass. Story writing was ass until the last bit of it. And the only part like for the last bit that I have would be, why did we just leave him there in that empty dimension? We couldn't have thought of something else. There was no other options put down on the table. I really hope they have a well-written villain coming. We'll see. I wouldn't get my hopes up. It's too early for me to tell anyway. Sorry, I mean, that sounds like I'm being mean about it. No, it's too early to say, so I'd say just like don't get your hopes up yet. Because I feel like they want to try to slow down and focus on this storyline right now and just kind of establish where they are and everything before we go jumping into more, I guess, detailed storylines. But that's just how I think. No, that whole month was really ass. Thank you. Yeah, see, I'm not the only one who thinks so. Good. Because it was. Objectively, it was. My anger keeps me warm at night. I will always be infuriated. While I cherish the depth put into Nexus, I prefer V4, Current Eclipse, so much more. Eeps is the better show. Eeps is just objectively the better show. Do I think the writing is always good? No. But I enjoy the writing a lot more than what I did during the time for Sam's. But where does Matt's writing stop and where does Davis's writing begin? I think one of the problems that the shows have when it comes to their plots, they couldn't even let them rest in peace, right? One problem that I see with the shows a lot, specifically for the ones that Davis works on, I don't think Fem counts because I don't fucking watch Fem. Hello, welcome in. They all have a problem with having too many storylines they want to build up at once. And as much as it's entertaining, it helps you to like form theories and stuff and keeps fan engaged. It's kind of ass story-wise because you're trying to focus on multiple things at once while there is a bigger story going. I think it's okay for Eeps as of right now, but it definitely did have that problem earlier on when it came to... Actually, no, it still kind of has... It kind of had that problem earlier on when it came to the Afton arc when it was first starting. But I think they kind of smoothed it out a little bit more now, but the virus thing is still kind of wishy-washy because I don't like that there's no consistency on how the virus works. This is especially a glaring problem when Clipsy came along and decided to invite herself into Eeps while they had the fucking virus. And they kind of just went, do you like the Sun and Moon show? No, I fucking hate it. No, I fucking hate it. I hate those guys. I hate everything. Fuck the Sun and Moon show. I fucking hate them. Anyway, for Eeps, I was really mad about the whole, like, when Clipsy came to the dimension. Not Clipsy actually coming. Like, I mean, how the virus was handled during that. Because they were like, oh, since you're here now, you have the virus. And then they went, well, we can just kick it out of you as you leave. And Charlie will kick it out of you as you leave. So you won't have it and bring it to your dimension. I'm like, but you said once they get the virus, it regrows. So that won't work. Because the virus spreads even if it isn't in the prime dimension that it was. Hence, ruins Monty having it in the Eeps dimension even though he's not from the Eeps dimension. And then, even then, Eclipse had the virus already when he went to Sam's. It didn't do anything to anyone except for him. It may not have drove him insane, but it was still in his system. And then even with Clipsy coming on, they're like, oh, you have the virus, but we'll just push it out of you on your way out. And that for some reason works. Why does that work? And then when Eep's son decides to go over to see Clipsy, he has the virus. It's confirmed that he does because he starts acting very overt about how he feels and everything, and he's being too much. And when they bring it up and they send him back home, they're just like, wait, so he had a virus, is it here now? And Clipsy just waves it off like, oh no, I made an invention for it so that way the virus doesn't affect us. Where the fuck was that for other dimensions then? Why didn't you mention that sooner? Why did you not mention this when he showed up if you had a feeling it was about the virus? Why didn't you mention this immediately that it wasn't going to affect you? How the fuck did you make this device then? Because I thought you didn't have the virus. If you no longer had the virus, then how did you make this dimension to counter it? If you have the invention to counter it, where's the cure? How did you do it so that way they can reconstruct it into a cure? Make it make sense. It doesn't make fucking sense. And that genuinely makes me mad. You don't have any consistent rules for a virus that you want to say is a very dangerous thing to be having in the world that is going to affect people really badly. You have no fucking consistent rules. And that makes me upset when you want it to be the big danger. We're gonna fucking ignore Afton because I literally don't give a shit about him. But if that's the focus right now, then make it consistent at the very least. Like, I get the show is sometimes improv and you're not going to remember every single bit of lore that you had in Sam's, especially since this event happened maybe a year or two ago. I don't know, just have an idea in your brain of how it works at the very least. I don't know. I expected a little bit better when it came to the virus, considering it's something that's just been around in the background this entire time because of Ruin. Also, by the way, I did actually go back and watch those episodes on Sam's. I'm sure Davis and Reed don't remember the plots that they have. Hello, welcome in. I'm pretty sure Davis and Reed don't remember the plots that they had during that time, but you can go back and watch the episodes for yourself too. When they went to get the cure from the creator, when they were getting sent back home from Ruin's dimension, Sun gets the cure for the virus. He goes to Moon, and then Moon tells him, where's Lore Bible, dude? Sun tells Moon he has the virus. Moon tells Sun, sending it to Monty now. Which Monty? The one from the Ruin dimension, because that's the Monty they made a deal with. If it's their Monty, maybe I missed it on the rewatch. I don't know how they would have even. Actually, no, it couldn't have been their Monty. You want to know why? Because they couldn't contact anyone in their dimension because they were stuck in ruins. They literally had a hard time communicating with Solar to be able just to get out. Where's their lore? Do they even fucking have a lore Bible? Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Okay, let me go read the chat. I'm sorry for my rants, but I need to get that point out so much every time it's brought up because I love Eeps. But consistent writing is really nice to have. Okay, no point in bringing Nexus back. Suffering that month was an embarrassment. Yeah, no, that sucked. Girl, I love your videos. Thank you. 2 Sams in storytelling. If Nexus had been freed, I can actually imagine Nexus would have gone on his own solo adventure through dimensions to rediscover himself. Do you like Sun? Do you like Sun or Moon? Moon. If you're talking about in game, I like Sun. If you're talking about in Sam's, I like Moon. If you want to talk about all the characters as a whole, Eclipse for Eep's Eclipse is my favorite. I've always loved the writing for Eeps and Montegator and Foxy Show. I didn't like for Montegator and Foxy Show, but I wasn't interested in the Stitch race to begin with, and I didn't care for Blood Moon. I see that. Love the single dad arc for Sun. I didn't care for it. I don't care for Sun as a dad, but it doesn't really bother. It doesn't really bother me. I just don't care at all, like whether he's a dad or not. So it's fine. Especially since if Nexus was freed and all, I believed he would have never forgive himself over what happened and how nothing could ever be the same. Wait, yeah. With a person that had a virus AU, it is interesting how they are doing the ruined virus. I could literally make a whole AU of Nexus simply traveling through dimensions to rediscover himself and find a place where he could be free. Do it! Stopped right as I said do it. Yeah, no, do it. I literally, that would be great. Always good. Always room for more content. Okay. Do you like Nova or Frost? Are you... Why do you want to know if I like Nova or Frost more? While a redemption arc would have been pretty nice, I like how they deem Nexus unchangeable, not redeemable. Love the dimension hopping idea though. I'm gonna be honest, I lost my hope for the plot after they turned Dark Sun into a side character, even after everything he did to them. Honestly, Dark Sun, unproblematic right now just because he's doing his own thing. He got what he wanted, he's leaving everyone alone. Did he do some terrible things to get there? He did, but you know what? At this point, let him be a side character because I don't need the writing ruining him further. Goodness gracious, well, really God part of the language. Dude, have you been listening? Don't worry about your language here. Alright, gotta go. Thank you for joining. But if that's true, then I hope they add the fact that it definitely needs to be shown in the Discord. I don't talk in the Discord because if I talk in the Discord, I'm pretty sure Pat or Davis would fucking try to kill me. They're gonna call me a fucking idiot and then try to correct me on the lore that they made. Oh yeah, I love Miko. Or as the Epic Fandom knows him better, Telemarket. What is this? Why is that not just included in the thing? Get in there. Oh, that's been. Are you not going? Anyway, yeah. The Sun and Moon show is great. I like hearing the stories and just reinterpreting and just interpreting things and figuring out like deeper lore and meanings and such. I'd protect you currently not in Discord, so I had no say. Don't worry, you're not missing out on the Discord. I literally am only in there just to post art and then leave. Hello, Best Kiwu! You know, since you're here, I should like draw some like Iris and Sun just because you make me want to draw them. I like that people like them. But on the side note, yeah. So I changed their colors a bit. How are we feeling on this design, chat? I'm gonna take off the references. How are we feeling on these colors, chat? It's such a huge delay. I have to like wait until I see responses. I was just gonna sit here until I see responses. Anyway, this song is pretty cool. I'm gonna stick my pen in there. Just let it charge. Oh, that is a huge delay. Oh my god. Like their designs. Oh man, thank you. Thank you. All I did was change up colors in all honesty. I wanted to make their different colors more at a minimum, I feel. So, I don't know. Oh, wait, I forgot to color in the little dots on the shoes. Hold on. definitely have nothing to add. Oh boy. Well, there's the goobers, guys. I drew the goobers. I don't know why I said you. Dude, I do that on my keyboard all the time. Sometimes my eyes just autocorrect to you. Oop. That's for later. Yay, that's done. Oh wait, no, that's the other song. That's the other song. It was like, maybe I'm a problem now. It's like, no, wait, that's the wrong song. Do I just do it on the same canvas? I probably won't. Anyway, you know what's the keyboard's here? Let's go draw some OCX canon for Sun and Venus because it's been a hot minute since I've done them anyway. Chat if you don't like OCX canon. I'm sorry to tell you that's literally 90% of what I draw. So sorry. What copyright free music do you use? It's a playlist on Spotify that's called DMCA free. It's a playlist specifically made by Miko. You can find it on Spotify. I do have the link pinned on other streams, but I can't. Do I want to send the link again? I think I can find the link again. I should start including the link in the description of these streams. But I love this playlist a lot, and I like listening to it in my off time now because it's good. It's good. I do have to warn though, like if you are going to be using these songs, not everything is DMCA free, so you do need to be careful with some of them because you will still get copyrighted. So your video will get blocked, but yeah. Hi Zach! That's my favorite boy! Pat, say hi to Zach. That's my favorite boy. That's the one who's gonna use my design as their VTuber model, and I love that for me. Where the fuck is the chat so I can put the link? Zach, look what I drew. Anyway, there's a Spotify link, chat. Nova is literally perfection right now. I love Frost as well. Something feels off a bit, but nothing popping out to me. Definitely would give you... I think it's just the amount of colors that they have in general. I tried to tone it down with the different colors, but it's hard to do that because... It's just hard to do that because of like how saturated they are. I probably could mess with them more, but it's not really necessary. Okay, so Venus. They look like they could be plushies. That's probably what they're planning, in all honesty. Do I have Venus's ref on me right now? I don't think I do. I have Lottie's because of course I have Lottie's ref on me. Where the fuck is Venus? There we go. Oh, that's not how you move it. There we go. Plushies.
I'm surrounded by people who love me, or say they're proud of me. Like, where the fuck were you when I only had family? Had to move back home and prove my dream was possible. Under pressure, that's logical. Levitating, I'm David.
Where? Please leave. Please leave. Like, genuinely, go away. I will fucking ban you. Please go away. Like, genuinely, I will ban you. You make me uncomfortable going on here. Please. Actually, I could just do this. Okay, bye. Maybe it's about cape. You have Nova's ruffles blue, but the cape red, while Frost has ruffles red and the cape yellow. Well, that's the idea. Is they're supposed to share some colors. I can mess with it later. That's not really a priority right now. That was just me messing with colors more than anything. I can think more on it if I want to redesign them, or I guess reimagine them. But it's not too important. Look at me draw a circle several times and then forget how to do things. How do you ban people on YouTube? You click the 3 dots next to their name and you ban them. Also, I didn't even ban him, I just hid him from chat, so I can't see his messages. Because as much as I adore him in real life, it makes me feel weird when I see my IRLs in my chat. Yeah, I've literally gotten mad at him for being subscribed to this channel, and I have tried to take his phone to make him not subscribe, to unsubscribe him from this channel. But motherfucker likes to make me uncomfortable, so thanks! Again, I need to preface this. He is my IRL, and he is one of my best friends, just to be clear. I don't actually hate him. That was a pretty OC. Thank you. She's the librarian. This is the one that everybody likes to think is Charlie. Which I get it, but I had this OC before Charlie's redesign came out, so I'm just like, dude. She's not even based on Charlie. She's based on the designs for Aphrodite that I saw around, like, that I seen around, like, from God School and from Gigi's old animatic of God Games. Easy solution. Yeah, just mute. Just mute people. Because I don't think you can block people from YouTube anymore. Hello, Venus. Thank you. She's okay. I don't even ship her with Sun all that much anymore. I've lost a lot of my attachment to Sun over my time. Fucking Navi. Oh, it is. Here be. Okay. You mistake her for Charlie. Well, to be fair, I don't draw her in color. So people would think, like, initially, like, oh, when you don't draw the character in color and all you see is this fluffy hair and junk like that, you're gonna kind of think you're gonna look at whatever's familiar to you. So I can't really get too mad about it. Especially if I draw Venus with Eclipse, who is now the person I usually ship her with. Then it really looks like Charlie. Same goes for, like, my security puppet OC, is that they look like Matt's puppet, which that one's a little more, like, justified just because I did make it to look similar to... I did use elements of Charlie and puppet to try to be consistent with how a security puppet would look in the lore. I want to talk about my process with, like, getting to the point where I am. Yeah, I will. Why not? Give you guys some noise to get through, I guess. When it came to Venus being with Sun, I did like her a lot with him. I thought they would have been a cute couple, and the idea just worked. Like, this is a librarian who was calm and, like, just and gave a little bit of, like, just a little bit of niceness that Sun needed in his life at the time. This is before I caught up with Sam's, to be clear, so I was missing a lot of context for his anxiety and stuff. But he was having a hard time processing feelings and everything, so I had somebody who had barely interacted with people and just wanted to learn more about feelings, wanted to open up about, like, everything. They had a common interest in children, and I was like, yeah, that makes sense. Plus, I was super obsessed with, like, Sun, like, from the games at the time, because he is my favorite from the games specifically. And so, like, I was like, yeah, I can put them together. But then I started really liking Solar as I watched more of the show. So I started putting her with Solar, but after my crash out, when it came to Solar, I stopped putting her with him. I did always play with the idea of putting her with Eclipse, but I never really committed to it. So I had an Eeps version I made an Eeps version of her, but when Roxanne came along, I realize I can't really talk about her too much because she's literally what Roxanne essentially is right now to Eclipse, and I felt like I was gonna be like it was gonna be compared a lot if I did post more about her. So I decided just against like having the Eve's version and just use this one, who's still a librarian and everything. Did this replay? You know, I'm not gonna complain. I actually like this song. Yeah, and so if anyone has read the comic, then you already know this, but like she was found by Moon, specifically in his bunkers. When I wanted her to be with Solar, I couldn't really find a reason to justify it other than I think I like her, and I wanted to make her kiss the character I liked. There was no real deeper explanation. I think I figured at the time that she would be able to read things that made her understand at least what Moon and Solar were saying when they would have like their own talks about mechanics or like anything that was sort of on a smart topic. But that never really panned out because crash out. Well, okay, I bring that up just because, like, I never really thought too deeply about a possible relationship between her and Dazzle. First of all, being I didn't even know Dazzle existed oh no, I did know Dazzle existed since the beginning. I just didn't know, like, I didn't know enough about Dazzle to even, like, have any sort of headcanons about her. I thought she was just a recurring character. I didn't know she was, like, a child or anything. I didn't know anything about the lore because I was still catching up. Yeah, so I had no ideas with her and the children. She would actually handle Jack pretty well, in all honesty, because I don't like writing my characters to be very mean to autistic coded ones, which is not Solar. But I feel like if you've been here long enough, you should understand that I don't see Solar as an autistic character. Jack I do, Solar I don't. Solar I see as an entirely different personality disorder. I haven't done OCX canon at the start, but since I realized that's okay, even if it seems cringe, so I've done more OCX canon, as you should. It's fun. Do it. That's the first thing I did when I got into this fandom. I was just like, fuck you guys, I'm doing OCX canon because I want to. Dude, this fandom, I'm not even gonna lie, this fandom is so fucking Puritan when it comes to canon ships. And the server literally does not help with that because they only allow canon ships. You can't do anything. You draw your OCs even blushing around the other characters, you get in trouble for it, and that's fucking ridiculous to me. I know why they won't do it. It's to avoid any possible problems or anyone being made fun of. But it's like any sort of like shipping wars or anything like that too. But like, it kind of discourages freedom for those who have this as their first fandom experience. Because because until they form their own opinions, which they fucking won't if they're gonna stay in this fandom. I'm sorry to say it. But like, dude, you're just limiting your fans on what they can make. Because I've gotten in trouble in the server for very stupid things, and I don't really post on the server anymore now because of it. Since fandom is so different from being a DCA fandom, dang, it really is. The DCA fandom is a lot more accepting of the OCX canon because everybody, like, it's an entirely separate thing from Security Breach as a whole. Like, it's its own fandom. They have their own interpretations of Sun and Moon each, and they have the scale of, like, of Fluff Pillow's DCA designs to biblically accurate DCA. And they're a lot more forgiving on OCX canon and ships. Also, they ship Sun and Moon too. Because most of the time, they want to fuck both the daycare attendants. So they're very accepting of a lot more ships in comparison. everyone can share with each other. Sam's does not allow that, because Sam's only restricts itself to this, to whatever seems okay in canon, and in the server itself, just the canon ships. Even the joke ships are a little more okay, but even then, like, your joke ships almost feel like they make more sense than your canon ships. Oh my god, I don't like Star Tools, if that puts in perspective on anything. Lumini, sorry, I don't know how to fuck to pronounce their name. I know it's Gemini, but I don't know how to pronounce the ship name. Lumini was fine. I didn't care for it. I thought they were cute at first, and then nothing came of it, so I'm like, okay, that's fine. What are the fucking other ships I don't care about? I don't care about Earth and Monty, but that's just because I was never invested in their relationship. They had cute moments. I don't really have a problem with them. They're just okay. What else do I not fucking care about? A lot of these canon ships I really didn't give a shit about. I didn't ship Kids Cove. I don't ship Monty and Moon. I don't ship... what do I ship? You know what? Let's put it into perspective of what I do ship, because I feel like that's an easier way to put it. What do I ship? It's fucking Sam's. Oh god, you know what? I don't even actually care. Shipping is not really a big deal to me for Sam's. I think this is one of the few fandoms where I'm really not invested in any ships. I'm just here to have fun and create my little content. I do have my OC's canon, obviously, but that's just because I like inclusion. They're not all bad, they're just boring sometimes. So I'm just like, can I get something with a little more, like, interest in it? Oh, sorry, you're not supposed to have boobs. You're supposed to be for kids, you can't have tits. Which isn't true because of fucking Earth, but like, yeah, we're just gonna pretend. I was supposed to drop sun in here. Hi, welcome in. What are your favorite ships, Chad? I want to know. I guess I draw. Oh, there's another one that I actually don't care about. Is theater golf. I forgot about that one. I genuinely just don't give a shit about theater golf at all. It's whatever to me. I'm not invested in it at all. Like, I don't care if Monty dies. I'm so tired of giving sympathy to a Monty. Oh, I don't care for Ballora and Monty, but that's just because, like, they don't really do anything. Again, boring. There's nothing interesting about them. Theater golf, like, genuinely, I just don't care for their story. I get why people like them, I just don't care. I'm very, like, so with ships, I guess, in the Sam's community, which is new. Solar Nexus, you know, is my Roman Empire. So many of you like Solar Nexus, which was interesting to me when I first came into the fandom, because I knew about Solar Nexus before then. And then, and Solar and Ruin was another one that I knew about, which confused me, because I'm like, who the fuck is Ruin? Roxy and Eclipse. I actually don't like Roxy and Eclipse. I can't see Roxy as a full adult. That is entirely a personal thing. I do like Roxy. I do like Eclipse. I don't like them as a ship, but this is more so because of how I feel about Roxanne, not because of the ship itself. OCX canon, but that's it. Hey, you know what? That's enough. Give me your lore. That's fine. That's a fine ship though. If you like Roxy and Eclipse, I don't mind. It's just not mine. It's not for me. Again, I get it. I get it. I just don't care. I can't see Roxanne as a full-grown adult. I see her as like a teenager trying to be an adult, in the sense of she's still young adult, but she's not at the same level as everyone else yet. Which is why she's still able to keep that optimism in comparison to everyone, is because she... Oh. There goes Tish. She hasn't been around that long. And plus she's been through her own hell to be able to, like, interpret things how she wants to. I had this problem last time I tried drawing Venus, and it's making me upset to be able to go through this again. Nope.
I literally just came back and it moved me.
It just went, oh, there goes Tish, and then there you are again. I finished,
I apologize.
yeah.
That took a lot longer than I wanted it to.
You're fine. I finished the colors for NOVAFROST, so now I'm just drawing OCX canon, and we're having a discussion about ships in the fandom. I have a teacher. An OCX canon. I have a teacher animatronic named Saturn that I ship with Eclipse, and I have a Baker animatronic named Jupiter that I ship with Sun. Juniper. Sorry, Juniper. Had to go have a great day night, everyone. Bye, Pavetta. Thank you for coming in. Always appreciate you here. That's cute. I like that. I saw somebody with like a teacher animatronic too. That was like I forget what the name is, but they were based off of like a sunflower, I think. And it was really cute. Is it on replay? Did I accidentally leave this song on replay? Oh, I did. My bad, chat. Maybe. Oh yeah, you missed my whole rant on like on the writing when it comes to the virus for Ruin. But you already know how I feel on that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm back with coffee. Oh, thank God. I can't drink coffee anymore. We're gonna talk about ships we like. Masm. That's always that's the one. There's not a lot of ships that I like, but I literally will dunk. I seem to be able to want to dunk down on everything. I need coffee right now, especially with the allergies I have. Ooh, allergy season. I was in shambles when I had to experience allergy season for the first time. That shit was awful. How do people fucking deal with that? I hate it. Got dark chocolate and mint chocolate mixed in it. A splash of vanilla cream. Dude, fuck. That smells so good. I really like this one. This song, it's nice. Okay, She has no eyeballs. I need to remember that. When you make Robot OC and forget they have no fucking eyes.
Take your pick.
I aspire to draw shapes like you, dude. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm kind of just like figuring it out as I go. Also, I feel like I've drawn these characters enough that I kind of have an idea of what I'm doing. Kind of. Sometimes. Not really. That's a lie. I don't know anything. I keep thinking I'm hearing knocking. I love the expressions. I'm trying. If any of you want to know a fun fact about like expressions and how I do them, I'm not super expressive a lot of the time, but when I do expressions, it's because I study comic books. When I was little, like I specifically would read a lot of the Sonic comics. So what I would do as somebody who liked to use the Sonic comics and like redraw them, not trace them to be clear, I redrew them on my like by my own hand and everything as like a sort of art practice without realizing it. I would copy the expressions especially because those were the most important parts of the piece to be able to understand what was happening. Using references basically is like your best friend. References are never a problem, and mapping out stuff is not a problem either. If you need to trace, you can, but it's always best to just use it as a study practice, not anything more than that.
I'm trying to move back, yeah. I'm trying to talk to you. Can you call me back? Yeah. Said you love me. Yeah. Why you gotta lie like that? Yeah. Why you gotta talk like that? Why you gotta leave like that? Cause I'm on a 9 to 5, seeking the finer finds. Shawty got money in the style. In my toilet or up high, head in the closet at night. Baby, I'm dizzy from watching your phone. Trying to feel like I'm on fire. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure I traced a lot. I've traced a lot as like somebody who is growing in their art journey. But tracing also helps with like art studies if you're trying to do a specific art style too. To be able to get a feel for how the artist possibly drew it. I don't really do that anymore because that's what references are for, and with enough of them you really don't have a problem with trying to study an art style. I don't know, everybody has their own way of doing it. That was my method as a kid. Study comic books for study expression, that's really cool. Yeah, because like you don't really have actors to be able, you don't really have like a human figure to be able to portray those emotions for you. So a comic book would be a very good thing, especially if it depends on what you're like. Again, this is my opinion. Depending on what you want to draw, like character-wise, comic books are a good one just because they are more realistic proportions if you're using people that are humans. I was drawing Sonic characters. I was using Sonic comics, so perfect expressions. I think another thing being able to do that you should do is draw out expression sheets, like specifically those base ones that you see on like Pinterest and shit. Those are also helpful if you want to try to expand your horizons on see how much you can test yourself on what kind of expressions you can do. If you struggle with an expression, that shows where you need to improve on your expressions. I'm not the greatest at expressions, but these are just methods that I use. Tish, how do you go about doing expressions if you're still here?
I am still here, yes.
Okay.
Apologies. Well, I usually try to push expressions as much as I possibly can. I don't really know how to explain it, but it's like I try to get as much motion out of an expression as possible. Doing like doing a simple expression, at least for me, doesn't feel satisfying enough. I like it to be more animated, I guess, even if it's not actually animated. Shape language is also really, really good, because depending on how you draw an expression, it can also change how a face is shaped, even if it's only for like one expression. It wouldn't fully change the shape of the face, but it would, you know, move like if you have like a big grin that's like moving to one side or whatever, then obviously the whole cheek and the jaw would be moved over in that position just to exaggerate it more. I just think I don't really have a good way of going about it. I just kind of try pushing my expressions as much as possible. Even if it's pushing like the facial features like lower down or higher up or farther apart. Again, for individual pieces, it's a fun thing to do, to just mess around with it. But, you know, I did do the same thing that you did when I was younger, when I was first trying to figure out how to draw. I did trace stuff for a little bit, but it's kind of funny where I say that I did that, but the reality is I only traced a couple of times, and then I got frustrated because I was like, this isn't what's in my head. So I just started doing it myself, and that's why all my old Sonic art that's like on my old DA account just looks like hot garbage, because I didn't know what I was doing. And you know, like people would actually straight up ask me, they'd be like, oh, can you trace this picture and make it look like something else? And I'd be like, but that's boring, and I don't want to do that. Yeah, but they would be like, but I want this picture but something else. And you know, just kind of, I know some people like get a lot of mileage out of tracing to like learn, and I think it's good. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Even with doing, a lot of people do that for poses in CSP. They'll use the 3D model. They'll use the 3D model and they'll trace over it to get like an idea of a body form and everything. And I think that's fine. That's what it's for. It's supposed to help you do that. Eventually you should, at least in my opinion, be a little more risky with your art. I think art's about taking risks. I think you should be like, oh, well, I'm gonna try doing this. And you should let the fuck-ups happen. Because that's how you learn.
Yes.
You're like, oh, this looks ugly. You're like, oh, this looks bad. Oh, I drew that wrong. Well, look at it a different way. It's like, why do you think it looks wrong? It's like, oh, well, it could have been pushed more. Or the anatomy is wrong. Or, you know, I don't like how long I drew the limbs. I don't like how I drew the eyes. Then you improve on that aspect, and then you just kind of keep going. That's just obviously that's just like general like art advice, but that really works for expressions too, because sometimes you can draw an expression and you're like, oh, that's pushed too far. Like, that expression's too much. So you gotta pull it back, and you gotta figure out why you want to pull it back.
Mm-hmm.
But like, if you want to learn, like, for expressions specifically, yeah, if you see like a comic book, you're like, oh wow, I really like that expression. You can trace over it and try feeling out the shape of it, and after you trace it, try drawing it yourself next to it. Like, try mimicking the same movements that you did, so you literally teach your body to do that, to like go with the same motion. Yeah, that's how I feel about that sort of stuff, though.
Yeah. Thank you for your input. You have said, thank you. Yes, true, Tish. You have said many good art tips and facts. Yes. Tish's wisdom is what I live for.
What do you mean my wisdom is what you live for?
You speak a lot. You speak a lot of good advice and good terms. You have a lot of experience with your art, and you've experimented a lot. It's nice to be able to hear how your experiences go and what kind of advice for interpretation that you can give.
Everybody on a consistent basis. Hey Tish, you should teach people things. You should do all sorts of stuff like that. I mean, no, I don't want to do this.
Yeah, that means you have to deal with idiots.
If you ask me something, if you ask me something, I will sit and I will like try to, help, and I'll give my own, tips and tricks and whatever, comes across my mind. But like, I just like art. I just kind of constantly want to strive to just make what's in my head. And there's always things in my head, and I want them out of my head. So I want to know how to draw them, So I just practice, and I make them look wild and all that other kind of stuff.
I've traced a few body poses in the past, but I've always changed something about it, where it's a limb pose or limb pose change or angle of it all. Had this terrible middle school art teacher. Just when I was free drawing, they made me pull a tutorial and follow it. Not a great teacher. It definitely made it harder for me to be loose with art. Ugh, fuck. Definitely agree.
Oh yeah, I can't stand that.
Why the fuck are you here?
I can't stand when teachers would do that.
Like, why the fuck are you here? It's like, why the fuck are you here, man? Go home. Definitely agree. Digital art is a bit harder, at least for me at times compared to traditional. I've been doing traditional longer than digital. I draw because asking commissions are scary. True. Comms are scary sometimes. I overthink the process, and definitely to have more cartoonish style I can learn with animation, storyboard, etc. We just like art here. Art is fun. Let it be fun.
Actually, thinking about it, I think, as funny as it is, I think the funniest way to do artwork, and everybody jokes about this meme, but I think it might actually be pretty good advice. There's the one meme of step 1, draw the circle. Step 2, draw the rest of the fucking owl. And I think that's actually good. I think that's actually like a good mindset to have. Where like how to draw books are great. I love how to draw books. I used to try to draw Pokemon with horrible how to draw books from a million years ago.
Me too.
Where it was like draw a circle, draw the lines to show the curve of the head, draw the oval, now draw more ovals. And I get that. It's just a very slow process to do that. And if you want to do the full frames and stuff, you can. There's nothing wrong with doing that. I do a full sketch of like a whole full body sketch, and then I'll put clothes on and everything. But in some cases, it's like, oh, I want to do a really loose sketch, and then you just do like a horrible, it's not even decipherable. It would look like an ancient alphabet or something. That's how loose it is. It's just like, here's like a scribble, here's like a circle, here's a little squiggle, here's a line over here, and then all of a sudden on top of it, it's just like the full piece. And I think that works, to be honest. I think that's funny. You just have to, like, let go. Just have fun. Art's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be creative. Being like Stoic and being like, follow this step by step, and if you don't, I'll throw you in front of a train. Like, you don't have to worry about it being that serious. Like, if you draw a line wrong. And, you know, I get caught up in that stuff too. Like, when I'm doing the line, I'll be like, oh, this line looks bad. I do it 20 times and I'm like, this is stupid. And then I finally do a line where I just kind of let go and I'm like, oh, that looks perfect. Well, why didn't I do it the first 20 times? You know?
Overthinker mentality when it comes to art. It's so fun.
Yeah.
Sometimes it helps. Not all the time. I did this because Kibo's here. I don't even think Kibo's here anymore. Which is fine. I guess I was gonna have to draw something anyway. Art is fun. Have fun with it. It's a good time. It can be a really good time. It's fun just to do your own thing. And at this rate, just stop listening to advice if you really don't feel like you're comfortable with what you're doing. Like, you can take as much advice as you want, but really it comes down to whatever you can do for yourself. Have fun.
Left my head back in the diner. Think my keys are right beside it. Let me know if you can find them. Cause that designer halfway through a different sentence, mixed up, twisted in my mouth, like flavors rolling so unsettling. You're not even listening. Don't tell me to go slow.
Okay, I drew that. I don't know if I want to add anything else. Because the only thing I really wanted to draw was NOVAFROST, so...
The joys of streaming.
The joys
when you decide to do one thing for the stream, and then you're like, I don't know if I want to keep going.
I probably shouldn't anyway. I should probably head to sleep just because I do have work in the morning. So, we're gonna end it here then. Thank you everyone for joining, and I'm appreciative of every single one of you for being here. Thank you for Tish for also being here to keep me company. I'm gonna go to bed and hope to see you all in the next stream. Where the fuck is my cursor? Jesus Christ.